Hey everybody, and welcome. I'm Julia Hurley, broker and owner of Just Homes Group in Knoxville, Tennessee. Today we're going to talk about Anderson County. I noticed that so many people had questions on where I'm getting my information. I do it by county and I get it through the state of Tennessee and then share it with you. So if you have questions on Anderson County, some of the biggest areas in Anderson County are Norris Lake. A lot of people love the lake. Clinton, Tennessee, Andersonville, and of course a portion of Oak Ridge. So let's get into it. I'm not going to make eye contact with you here. I'm going to read so I can kind of talk with you. Alrighty, Anderson County, Tennessee, seniors living in poverty, up 0.5%. Women living in poverty, negative 0.3%. So yay to the ladies. Employment growth, negative 0.2%. That's not great. Population up 0.5%. So there's that. GDP growth up 5.2%. So whatever's going on in Anderson County is going on. So their GDP is growing. Now, keep in mind, GDP growth also incorporates government spending. So, household receiving food stamps is negative 1.9%, which is great. African Americans receiving food stamps is up 10%. That's not great. Hispanics receiving food stamps, negative 12%. That's a good change. Households receiving seniors with food stamps is negative 2.4%. That's good. Way to go, seniors. Getting it together. Cost of living has increased $1,677. So not so great. Median household income has increased $3,680 and wages have increased $23,000. I want to say, oh my God, that's the largest jump in an average wage we've seen in any of the counties so far. So it went from $48,000 to $71,000 average wages and salaries in Anderson County, Tennessee. So that tells me a couple of things. People are moving here. It is a portion of that goes through Oak Ridge, and Oak Ridge is considered the ETech, East Tennessee Economic Council, and it is the innovation corridor. So a lot of tech stuff is going on here. But anyway, labor force is participation gap, unfortunately, is not great. So 3% gap in participation in the labor force. So that's something to take a look at. But that $23,000 average wage increase is pretty good. All right, medical debt collections are up 1.3%. Student loan default up. Auto and loan delinquency rate up just the nib, so 0.1%. So that's a really good housing market indicator. So debt to income ratio is up 0.75%, meaning people are using more of their own money. Wage gap is up 5%. So the wage gap between men and women, that's not great. That's not great. Median credit score is up 0.6. So, okay. Bankruptcy rate is down. That's great news. Children in poverty down 4%. Children receiving food stamps down 4%. So that's really great in Anderson County. Child care cost burden, however, is up 1%. Find some places for these ladies to work, Anderson County. Youth obesity is down 2%. That's really great. Children in single parent households is up 1.7%. I'm going to make a joke, but it's not really. I think Clinton Courthouse has something to do with that. Children in food insecure households is down 1%. That's great. Children receiving public assistance is down 4%. That's great. All right, here we go. We're going to keep going. Fatal drug overdoses, not doing great. Up 62 per 100,000, and that is a big jump. Up 62 people. Not great. Opioid prescriptions down 19 per 1,000. Mental health providers, unfortunately, down. So they've lost 1,500 mental health providers. Not loving that. Not loving that. Low birth weight is up 0.2%. Life expectancy up 0.7%. That's exciting. Housing unit growth. So here's the big one that affects all of us in a different way. Housing unit growth is negative 3.7%. There is less housing available in Anderson County. That's not great. Home ownership, however, is up 1%. Renter cost burden is down almost a whole percent. And home ownership cost is down 1%. Now, change in median rent has increased 5%. So the rent in Anderson County, while there is no housing available, has increased 5%. The average home sales price has increased $4,000. So that $24,000 a year increase in average salary is now down to about $20,000 a year if we take away this $4,000, okay? New home sales down, age of housing stock up, so we have older homes. that are selling. Affordability of a 2-bedroom unit is negative $10,000, meaning it costs $10,000 more to rent. So now that $24,000 is down to about $14,000 more per year. Salary increase. Work hours needed to afford a 2-bedroom rental unit is 27 more hours a week, adding it at 95 hours a week of working to afford a 2-bedroom rental in Anderson County, Tennessee. This is the state of our housing currently in the East Tennessee market. Home ownership growth for African Americans is up 52%. That's awesome. Home ownership growth for Hispanics is up 112%. So remember when we did Loudoun County and they were down about 90%, it seems that the Hispanics are moving over to Anderson County and purchasing homes. This is really good news for minorities. Renter growth for African Americans down 55% because they're buying, and renter growth for Hispanics down 94% because they're buying. That's really good. Home ownership's important. Incarceration rate is down 253 people per 100,000. That is great news. Less people are going to jail. Way to go, Anderson County. I know the sheriff over there. He's a good one. Good one. Crime rate up 7.2% though. So I'm wondering what kind of crimes they're committing where they don't go to jail. Let's find that out. Prison capacity is negative 12%. Let's see. Nobody cares about that part. Education. Here we go. Public school teachers' salary is up $5,000 and they're 13th highest paid in the state of Tennessee. So that's awesome. Way to go, Anderson. I will say that unfortunately some things have happened with some of their leadership in Anderson County schools. So let's keep an eye on what that happens. High school graduation rate up 0.8%. But high school graduation rate for Blacks and Hispanics is down 3%. Let's do something about that. High school graduation rate for economically disadvantaged students is also down 2.8%. So that could be the difference in your labor force participation there. Third grade reading proficiency, however, is up 12%. And as you may or may not know, that is an indicator of 18-year-old incarceration rate. So that is a huge increase in third grade participation rates. And I know that Clinton City Schools does this thing called iReady, and all the kids get it and they can all participate in it. And it's kind of a huge deal for third grade reading proficiency in math. So it's a really good program. I think that a lot of school systems really need to take a look at what's going on over there. Let's see here. Post-high school education attainment up 7.4%. Let's go. Get it. Average commute to work is down by 2 minutes. That's exciting news. Injury crash rate up 0.09%. So not so bad. Road quality down. Come on, guys. Gigabyte internet available. This is so embarrassing. Negative 29%. So internet availability in Anderson County really needs, the governor's office could take a look at that, I think. I know they have an initiative for that, but let's get into Anderson County, can we? Number of internet providers is 1. So you have one choice outside of Starlink to get that. So let's get that fixed up, okay? Renewable energy is up 104%. Way to go, Anderson County, killing it on amazing energy production. Air pollution, unfortunately, up, but not a whole percent. Flood risk is up 2.5%. That's been going on everywhere recently, you know, that 10-year random time. Fire risk up 33%. Don't love that. Means it's very dry, but the flood risk is also very high. Not sure how that works, but okay. And then household energy burden is down 0.5%. So the cost of utilities is down. This is going to go county by county, and I'll do one of these a week to keep everybody up to date. I know I talk fast. It is a lot of information, and I want to make sure that you get all the information you need when you decide you want to relocate to the East Tennessee market. Remember me for Tennessee. I'm Julia Hurley, broker and owner of Just Homes Group here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Bye.